I listened to Sheena's podcast, I know, subjecting myself to punishment, and she made such a terrible comment about how sad it is to see others living in modest apartments, while boasting about her 2 houses again. It infuriated me. She's becoming incredibly classist and insufferable, further proving why they should revamp much of the current cast and start fresh with servers trying to make it. It's not entertaining, she's not entertaining, and I can't wait to see her face consequences once this show collapses. The way she treats people, even using Kristen's miscarriage against her for something Kristen didn't even do, is despicable. And Sheena, you are not a people pleaser. Just stop it. You only please yourself. Also, my assumption is that Katie, unlike Sheena, is wise with her finances, saving and investing, while Sheena, with 2 homes, is constantly panicked about the show ending because of her solo mortgage payments. It never made sense to me why both Scheana and Lala need 2 homes. Is one an investment property? Neither has partners bringing in any income, and it's a lot of home for just 2 people and a small child. Homeownership can be overrated. So many things can go wrong. For instance, your house can come with a Brock. The best comparison to VPR cast members is NFL players. They think they'll be making big money for life, not realizing it might only last 5 to 10 years. The smart ones diversify their income streams beyond the show. But the truth is, most will end up broke once the gravy train derails. But I'm always wondering, what do Sheena and Lala do for money outside of the show? I'm amazed that VPR pays enough for them to buy multiple multi-million-dollar homes. They're a bunch of talentless individuals. How is this possible? Additionally, Katie invested in something about her, which would be a significant expense. Unlike Sheena, Katie's podcast is quite popular, and she likely made money from her previous home with Schwartz. I believe she's handling her finances wisely, but sometimes people choose not to buy a home for reasons beyond money. For singles, it's a lot of space for just one person and a lot of upkeep. Sheena is intolerable, as is her friend Lala. Regarding their podcasts, I noticed Lala's Spotify ratings dropped again. Scheana is holding at 3.1 stars after a significant decline, and Lala dropped again to 3.0. I wonder if they'll ever realize that the problematic aspect lies in what they say. It's not Ariana's fault. It's not the fans of the show being rabid bitches. It's that they constantly talk down to their audience and about their former friends. In the words of Katie Maloney, choke. I don't care. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel once again, Spill Chronicles. It's me, Ramona here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. However, what's the most cringeworthy scene in VPR for you? Let's lighten the mood with a palate cleanser or just for fun post. Considering things have taken a dark turn in the VPR-verse lately. For me, it's definitely the scene where Sheena slept with that model Ethan who cooked her dinner in Season 7. I cringe every time I watch it. The awkward slapping of the steaks, the uncomfortable sexual remarks in the kitchen, the squelching sound of their kisses, it's all just so perfectly dreadful. So what about you? And then there's that infamous line, I would rather get gangbanged by all of you guys than ride in that van with those girls, followed by, I'm such a guy's girl, truly mortifying. Other cringeworthy moments include Stassi's little brother giving advice, Ariana's somber birthday chat with Sandoval about bulldozers, and Sheena and Shay's reunion conversation about Rob. Let's not forget the showdown between Tom Sandoval and Stassi at her book signing. And the knowledge that they filmed it multiple times just amplifies the cringe factor. Then there's the scene where Sheena confronts Jen Bush about Rob kissing another girl, and Jen responds with something like, well, I don't think it's really appropriate for a boyfriend to do that. Scheana's delusional response in her confessional, thank you, Jen Bush, for confirming what I already know, just adds to the cringe. Additionally, as a fan of RHOBH, I decided to explore something new but familiar while awaiting the new season, so I dove into Vanderpump Rules. Just finished season 2, and wow, these kids are wild. I've refrained from Googling them, except for checking name spellings, of course, and where I am, these characters or shows aren't exactly famous. So my takes might not be entirely accurate, but here's what I think. I highly doubt any of the couples could have made it. Kristen is in dire need of therapy. Jax seems hollow behind those eyes. Ariana appears to be the only one with a grip on sanity among them. Sheena bears a striking resemblance to Eva Longoria. Stassi comes across as a spoiled brat. Katie looks like she's escaped from a cult. And as for Sandoval and Schwartz, well, I'll refrain from commenting as it's pretty obvious. Moreover, I know Sandoval has his flaws, but he's also a human being, not just a character on a show. None of us truly know him or the rest of the cast, so I'm sure there's more to all of them than what we see on camera. Life is rarely black or white, and everyone makes mistakes, sometimes hurting others in the process. However, that doesn't mean we should overlook his actions or forget about them. Wishing for someone's downfall and taking pleasure in their struggles, especially if they're on a drug-fueled spiral, is pretty awful. While it's fair to criticize his behavior and engage in discussions about it, reveling in someone's complete downfall and hoping their life spirals further out of control is also quite harsh. I hope Sandoval gets his act together, realizes the impact of his actions, and puts in the effort to change for the better. I genuinely don't want to see him doing worse than he is right now. Regarding his actions towards Ariana or Rachel regarding mental health, they were unquestionably wrong. He should be held accountable for his behavior and encouraged to seek help and make amends. My hope for Sandoval has always been that he acknowledges the harm he's caused and is motivated to change for the better. However, it doesn't seem to be happening yet, and until it does, it's valid to point out the consequences of his actions. While I understand the negative sentiments towards him, it's concerning to see comments delighting in his struggles. It's more constructive to hope he seeks therapy and makes the necessary changes for his well-being and the well-being of those around him. On the other hand, Billie recently shared additional details about Sandoval and his girlfriend on TikTok, shedding light on their toxic relationship. Some notable points from her recent TikTok post include: Billie found it difficult to listen to the podcast due to constant interruptions by Joe. She's aware of gross and dark occurrences in Sandoval's house and vicinity. Sandoval and his girlfriend frequently unfollow and block each other. Billie hired an assistant for Sandoval to organize his life and clean up after previous animals. When Sandoval resumed drinking, the house resembled a frat house. His assistant quit because they didn't want to clean up after someone who partied every night. Billie felt depressed every morning she visited the house. The issues escalated when Sandoval began dating Victoria, leading to excessive drinking and partying. Sandoval's behavior took a scary and dark turn, causing him to lose control, experience anxiety, and face financial problems. Victoria's insecurities and trust issues contributed to the situation. Despite Billie's efforts to help Sandoval succeed, she eventually ended their friendship to prioritize her own well-being. While some may have reservations about Billie, her willingness to speak out despite potential backlash suggests credibility. Additionally, her past support of Sandoval contradicts the notion that she would fabricate such claims. This further supports the argument that Sandoval's criticisms of Ariana may be projection, as evidenced by his history of irresponsible behavior and reliance on others to clean up after him. Ariana's departure may have exposed his true nature, leading to revelations by those outside his inner circle. Understanding Billie's decision to support Sandoval, despite her unfavorable portrayal by viewers, requires recognizing the allure of being chosen by a narcissist. The validation of being the chosen one can cloud judgment, and foster a belief that one is helping the narcissist become a better person. However, this belief often masks a pattern of harmful behavior, ultimately leading to disappointment and pain. Learning this lesson is crucial, as narcissists often return or attract others vulnerable to their manipulation. It's essential for Billie to recognize these patterns and prioritize her own well-being moving forward. However, a few weeks back, Amber Childress tried pickleball for the first time, revealing that it had been a significant part of Randall's personality, with a court even at their home. Despite raising 2 daughters, she hadn't found the time until then. Interestingly, at a charity event, Brock and Sheena attended and even played pickleball with her. Do you find it hard to believe that Lala and Amber are such good friends, as Lala claims? Amber still posts about going through the hardest time of her life, which coincided with Lala's involvement in her marriage and home breaking apart. The whole dynamic is intriguing. Amber comes across as genuinely nice, while Brock and Scheana seem to jump at any chance for a photo op, even if it involves charity work. This charity event is linked to Dr. Amon's foundation, the same doctor Sheena has touted, advising her and Brock against therapy in favor of his vitamin supplements to rewire her brain. It's alarming that he discouraged them from seeking therapy, which could genuinely help Scheana. It's so typical of Scheana to befriend everyone close to her best friend of the moment. It makes you wonder if she does this to maintain control. If someone tries to distance themselves from her, she still has connections. If Ariana wants space, suddenly Sheena is best friends with her brother. If Lala is upset, Sheena befriends the mother of Lala's daughter's half-siblings. It must be exhausting. When Lala seeks sympathy or feels the world is against her, I can't help but think of Amber. During her involvement with Randall, Lala taunted Amber, made inappropriate remarks about her appearance, and disregarded her boundaries by posting pictures of her daughters. Lala's behavior towards Amber continues to paint her as a truly terrible person. Additionally, as a viewer of VPR, reaching the end of the reunion brought up some thoughts for me. Firstly, Sheena's frequent tears struck me as excessive. I couldn't tell if it's just her nature or if she uses tears as a weapon, but it feels like too much. Secondly, I found it interesting that when Katie and Ariana found themselves in a tough spot, Lala and Sheena were nearby, but didn't offer any help. It's notable that even Schwartz and Sheena walked past without acknowledging them. Towards the end, Lala confronted Sheena, expressing indifference towards Ariana and Katie's feelings. This struck me as odd because in the previous season's reunion, Lala was supportive of Ariana, and throughout this season, she appeared to be close with both of them. She even mentioned being unhappy because of Katie's unhappiness. So, was Lala being genuine this season? Did she change her tune because she was upset about Ariana leaving abruptly? Is it true that she barely interacts with Ariana, reminiscent of Rachel's claim that they weren't even friends? Regarding the show's future, I wonder if VPR will be renewed for another season, and if Ariana and Katie will participate. Personally, I think Ariana and Katie's return could bring exposure to their ventures and add an interesting dynamic to the show. Reflecting on Lala's behavior, I believe her healing journey in Season 10 was disrupted in Season 11, triggering unresolved issues with Randall. Her frustration with Ariana's reluctance to engage in certain conversations may stem from her concern about the show's continuity. It's possible that Lala's jealousy of the sympathy and attention Ariana received played a role. Perhaps she felt entitled to the same attention, especially given her endeavors with merch and podcasts related to Sandoval. It seems she hasn't changed much, displaying jealousy and transactional behavior. In terms of the show's future, it might be wise for the cast to be more considerate towards Ariana, who arguably draws significant viewer interest. However, Bravo may need to consider evolving their show formats, in response to changing audience expectations and cultural shifts. Sheena's tendency to align with the male cast members is noticeable, and she seems to exploit tears as a means of gaining favor. As for Lala, she appears to be more focused on producing drama rather than having genuine interactions. This artificiality can be off-putting, especially when compared to more authentic conversations. If past issues between Katie and Ariana have been resolved, it feels forced to bring them up again months later. Moreover, the Ariana effect seems to have had a profound impact on the dynamics of reality TV relationships. While some shows may prioritize drama and breakups for ratings, there's a belief that some of these separations stem from women feeling empowered to leave toxic relationships. Ariana's support from the fanbase has played a pivotal role, inspiring other women to step out of similar situations with the confidence that they won't be abandoned by viewers. In the past, individuals like Britney may have felt trapped in poor relationships, fearing backlash from the audience. However, with the changing attitudes and the backing of figures like Ariana, women now feel emboldened to pursue independence knowing they have support, despite the inevitable misogyny and villainization they may face. There's a suspicion that individuals like Baskin have perpetuated a villain narrative against Ariana and Katie to discourage other women from challenging the male-dominated storylines. By portraying women who seek autonomy as insufferable, they send a warning to others about the consequences of disrupting the status quo. However, the unwavering support for Ariana despite these efforts signals to other women that they can assert themselves and pursue the freedom they deserve. On the topic of Alex Baskin, there's a blunt assertion that he embodies misogyny and stands as an obstacle to change within the Bravo machine. It's seen as essential for women to confront and challenge such figures to drive meaningful progress. While men on shows like VPR are often rewarded for their questionable behavior, women tend to face greater scrutiny and unfair treatment. Ariana and Katie's adherence to their principles in the face of such challenges is commendable and serves as a beacon of integrity in an often tumultuous environment. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.